Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dungeons and Dignuts, the channel where we have high levels of intelligence and low levels of entertainment. I took your spoon away.
That was actually impressive. Can I have my dice back?
Nope, you don't deserve it anymore.
I have more. They're just your dice. I assume you want me to put them away.
I mean, they're easy to clean up. Anyways, welcome back, where we actually have high levels of entertainment, low levels of intelligence. Today, we are doing part 2 of Aventara, this last episode. But before we get into this exciting new episode, we would like to let you know, once again, that the majority of you are not subscribed on YouTube.
More than 100%.
We would love for you to subscribe on YouTube to get notifications of when we drop a new episode. Additionally, if you want notifications, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, so you can get notifications of when we drop an episode. And if you want to support us and help us out, you can check us on Patreon, where we will be dropping PDFs of subclasses, monsters, items, all sorts of things from many of our campaigns, whether Aventara, Marvelous, one-shots, whatever it is, we'll be dropping PDFs that you can get if you are a subscriber. And if you don't want to subscribe, you can still purchase it from Patreon. So we're on Patreon as Kings of Media, and there's 3 tiers of $1, $5, and $10. So whatever is affordable for your wallets. I think that is majority. Let me see my script. I think, yeah, that is majority of all the stuff that we have to promote for today. And so, with that out of the way, we will get into today's session of Aventara.
All right. Last time, we had an encounter with a young dragon and found a very strange island that is theorized to be a dragon, but was never confirmed. So we'll find out someday.
We don't find
out. We won't find out. They also found an interesting person named Silva, who was on this island and has no clue how she got there or how long it's been, and she's still kind of out of it. But yeah, she's currently sleeping off who knows how long, floating in the ocean. And yeah. We come back with Flynn waking up in the morning with his hat missing and a very fancy looking glowing dagger next to his pillow where he put his hat.
You pick up the dagger, inspect it, and just...
It's the antler thing. It's glowing in your dark cabin.
Gosh dang it, Finn. I'm just gonna get up and start to go to my morning routine, go to the top of the deck, and just kind of start my preparations, doing some sword routines, and afterwards making some breakfast.
All right, you're the first person up, and you assume you're the first person up, but as you get up, you see that you are not actually the first person up. Eliza's out on the deck watching the elf who is on the deck, also going through a sword form.
Staring.
She does not have her sword, so instead she has picked up a random length of wood that is just in the extra repairs stuff stash, and is swinging it around, like going through a rapier form also.
I'm just gonna kind of try to not be seen and just watch and see if her form's familiar, and just kind of like, just kind of watch her form, see if I can figure it out and how she fights and such.
Yeah, so the fighting style is actually relatively similar to yours. That shouldn't be too much of a surprise. She is an elf. You were trained by an elf. It is not one that you know. You use a different kind of sword than she does, though, so that's also not too surprising. But as she spins around swinging it, you start feeling the magic flow around her in a way that you are very familiar with. She has entered into a blade song right now. She's practicing.
She's hard to touch.
She spins around, swinging the piece of wood, dodging imaginary blows, and finishes up her morning kata and just stabs out, breathing hard and slightly trembling. She seems like she's mostly recovered, but not quite all the way.
Just gonna appear out from the shadows and just kind of give a little applause. Good form you had there. Where'd you where'd you learn to fight like that?
I've wielded a sword since I was 10 years old. My teacher taught me more recently. I've practiced for a long time.
Who's your teacher?
A friend.
I see. I also, if she hasn't told you already, I also like to keep secrets. Or keep information.
Well, until you give me back my sword, I don't feel particularly inclined to give you very much information.
I understand that. I might be inclined to return your sword for a little favor. Little spar. Blade song to blade song.
She considers for a moment and shrugs like, I don't have my arcane focus. I lost it in the swing, and so no magic?
Fair enough, no magic.
All right. She...
Finn! Grab the sword!
You wait a couple of minutes. After a moment, Finn slowly lugs this sword up there. You're actually amazed that for how long the sword is, he's able to lift it. It's clearly very well made if Finn is capable of transporting it in any way, shape, or form. He seems to have enjoyed the challenge very much, though, because he seems excited that he successfully got it up here. He's also wearing your hat.
I expected as much.
He looks up at you, like telepathically says, I didn't steal, I traded. Are you proud of me?
Work on it, but it is better, yes.
All right, he seems very satisfied. He's like, could we trade back? I actually like that.
Yes, very much.
Holds up the hat.
I take it and kind of like, I don't put it back on, but I kind of put it like almost like a belt clip. Like most times he almost never really wears the hat.
He takes the knife back from you and like skitters off, dragging the knife behind him.
We need to fashion him his own dagger.
That seems like a positively terrifying idea.
No,
I've seen that this monkey. I don't know what it is or why you tolerate it being on deck. But he is an interesting creature.
Yeah,
Even among the Fae, I've never seen something so eccentric.
Yeah, I don't know how... I'm not sure how I got so lucky with him.
He's also far more skilled than I anticipated. He managed to steal my belt buckle off of my belt.
Yeah, no, that's his favorite thing to do. He loves to take belt buckles while you're actively using them.
Yep.
There's been many times
Is Duger awake at this point?
No, you will be asleep for like 2 more hours.
Nice.
I finished at 6 hours, she finished at 4 hours, you guys finished at 8 hours. Oh, long rest. So I guess most of the time will just be spent sparring with her.
How much does the
All right.
half elf?
So
Same.
yeah, so you start sparring. Silva is good. She's tired right now. Like she still has a level of exhaustion, giving her disadvantage on ability checks. So like she's not as coordinated, but she's very good. In fact, she might be slightly better than you are.
That is perfect.
But
so I need another teacher.
Also, as you're fighting, like she practices the same discipline as you. Like you don't know if there's more than one kind of blade song, but she fights the same way that you do. And as you guys fight, like you feel the magic swirl around in a way that you haven't experienced since you fought alongside Master Voro. Like two blade songs together are mixing in a slightly different way, cause it like you fight and it's interesting. Like, as you fight and like at the end, like you guys finally finish off the sparring session, and Eliza's just like beautiful show.
Thanks. Haven't had a duel with another blade song in a long time.
Me neither.
Your form is very familiar. You wouldn't happen to know Voro by chance, would you?
I do know of Voro.
You haven't seen her, have you?
Like I said, I'm not going to give you any more very much information until you completely return my sword. This, she holds up a piece of wood, is not going to cut it.
Fair enough. Well, we're We're not at town. We're just docked.
I assumed you were. Yeah, you're pretty much. You're close to a port. Like you found a full port. Like it's not far off.
Okay. Well, did say we'd leave you at the next port, so you can take this one. But you happen to know information about Voro, or anything that might be up in the Northern Isles?
You're going to the Northern Isles as well?
Yes, we're heading that direction.
I didn't say anything else.
Can you try to find? I'll be back with your sword, as I would appreciate a lot more information.
Thank you for your generosity.
But we'll wait till the
she
others
smiles
are
at you in a slightly sarcastic way, but she genuinely seems to be enjoying causing you frustration right
He's
now.
like, but we'll wait till the others are awake.
All right. And then she's going to cast Minor Illusion herself, and she's going to make a thunderclap. Everyone on the ship just woke up.
I didn't get a long rest.
You get along with this. It's been long.
I'm a minor illusion. A sound like false alarm. There's no thunderstorm.
They're awake.
They're going back to bed.
Am I?
Don't you do it. I will counter that.
Not really.
Using minor illusion to silence the other sound.
That's not how it works. You have to counterspell the Minor Illusion.
Just like, no.
Third level spell slot counter cantrip.
I can't afford them to wake up.
All right, you guys complete your long rest. Yeah.
I'll get up.
You guys, as you complete the long rest, you finish sailing forward, and you have arrived outside of a port town. This is the last one before you would reach Triute as the next one. So you're almost there.
Nice. Just gonna be sitting down at breakfast with everyone with another okay meal. Not the best chef. I'm a chef. I'm an okay chef. I make okay food. Well, our friend Silva has some information about Northern Isles that you might be kind to share. Slide sword across table.
She takes it, opens it up, and just sigh of relief, and she just clutches it. I'm actually going to the Northern Isles to look for Voro as well. That's the whole reason I'm going up there. I heard that she's hunting something.
Hunting something.
Mm-hmm. Which isn't particularly uncommon up there. Hunting is kind of all that they do. But I haven't seen her in a long while. I was supposed to meet her down south in Oceania. But when I arrived at our meeting place, she had sent a messenger telling me that something had come up, something far more important, that she would be meeting me there. I poked around and found out that she was up north. I've only recently heard about her hunting something, but I wonder what monster could be bad enough that she'd decide to go and do that instead of being down south. It's a lot more dangerous down there right now.
I don't know why she's doing it alone. I was with her years ago. She up and vanished right before the last ship I was on was attacked. So I thought it was a strange coincidence that she left right before the attack, but if she's hunting something, it must be dangerous. Something needing to be rid of.
It's apparently enough that she was willing to leave the fight down in Oceania. It's gotten bad down there. Iabel has intensified his attacks. The Red Fangs are raiding more and more often. There's rumors that the dragon, David and Hadwich, I'm sorry. There are rumors that the Dragon General was sent down to end the fight, to hunt down the Dragon Lord down there and take him out. Bring the area under Iabel's complete control.
Iabel's not the good one, correct?
He is the red one.
Yeah, that's not very good.
We were supposed to go down there and try to stop him. We had plans to hunt down one of their captains. the woman who's currently leading the assault, I don't know her name. She's dangerous. We were going to try to assassinate her, but Voro never appeared.
Dangerous how?
Well, shapeshifting is a little bit of a problem when you're down in an area where there are so many monsters. The ability to communicate with other beasts is extremely effective. She's been turning the monsters of the sea against the area.
This woman, tiefling by chance? We know,
Do you know
tiefling. Yeah. Tiefling, really skilled with poisons.
Oh no, shapeshifter, druid.
Druid.
She's turning actual creatures, animals, against the inhabitants. Normally, their old previous guardians of the islands are suddenly attacking.
Yeah, that doesn't ring a bell. Does she happen to have a color scheme of green by chance?
I've never met her myself. I wouldn't know.
Do you know anything of this? You might have knowledge we don't.
Do I?
Druid, tiefling, pirate. I think, yeah. Yeah, you've been.
Pirate.
What's her name?
He hasn't said the name, but I think you should know her.
What? No, this is... She's not.
She is.
I don't remember that.
Check the stats again, bub.
The moment when
player
NPC relevant to someone's backstory
goes
the
over
player
his
forgot
head.
about it.
Been a while. A long while.
Yes, Wesley, you know.
I know.
You know who
I know
this
now.
is.
You know.
Now that we've yelled at you.
Me sitting over. Huh?
Silva doesn't know her name largely because David doesn't remember her name.
It's the One Hair commercial company.
Do I?
No, neither of us
Definitely
know
not.
her.
I'm guessing some sort of captain or something. I don't really know.
There aren't very many captains, but their new Commodore is being a problem. It's getting really bad down there, and I'm hoping that I can help Voro with whatever she's taking care of north and bring her back down to the war effort down south. Oceania won't last long at this rate.
You better
We'll be
make some
overboard
haste.
in a year.
You better make haste to get up there then. Get to Master Voro. If we find her, Duger, she could probably help us a whole lot. I know you may not like elves, but she's one of the best elves I know. And she can teach
Not
you
that I
some,
don't like elves.
She can teach you some elven craft.
I'm okay.
I don't think he needs that.
Yes.
I don't know, elven crafts are some of the finest and most elegant things I've seen around.
Elegant, not functional.
They are very functional.
Only if you never use them.
I don't know about that.
Silva pulls out her sword and sword is like, I'm willing to attempt to cut in half anything that you've made.
I don't have anything that I've made.
That gun at your waist looks pretty nice.
What?
That gun at your waist looks pretty nice.
I'd rather not. It's functional.
You don't think that my non-functional blade could you think that my non-functional blade could do some damage to it?
Brute force will do damage to anything.
Oh, I don't need any brute force. I bet the monkey could do it.
I doubt the monkey could do it.
Is that a challenge?
Don't challenge Finn like that.
I'll bet 5 gold on the sword.
I'm not a betting man, but I
lean
know to
over
bet
to
on
it.
the elves.
I lean over to the elf. I'll put 5 on you if you do it.
It's experimental. I'd rather not break it.
I'm not going to bet against myself.
No, I'm just betting on you.
Well,
Oh well, I guess until then we'll have to go with the general consensus.
is there any way I can make not like a pact, but some kind of like the unbreakable curse in Harry Potter with her?
The unbreakable vow.
Yeah, unbreakable vow is just you can stay, but if anything happens, you promise not to do X, Y, Z.
You do not have the capability of doing that. It is possible, but you are not able to do it. You are a wizard, not a warlock, and you do not know the spells necessary. You are none of the classes that could do that.
I know. Looks like Finn needs to dive deeper. Time for him to be evil.
Warlocks aren't evil. Why does that have to be the stereotype? I mean, sure, the only warlock that you guys have met here tried to kill you and successfully did it on one person, but still.
Because they are evil. Anyways, she's like, let me talk with them real quick, and we'll see if we can figure a way for you to travel with us.
I'd appreciate passage up north. I can pay my way. I don't have anything right now, but I can get some money at the next civilization. If you stop in Triud, I can pull out some of my money from the bank.
All right.
It's not a very big one, but there's a small branch up there.
All right. Well, we'll continue set sail. It looks like we're just gonna pull out the map. Looks like we're roughly about here, so it shouldn't be too much further until we get to Triud, anyways. Then we can make stop, get more supplies, and make a certain track to find what we're looking for.
She points on the map. You say you're about here?
Yeah, roughly.
She points a little bit further up. This is where my ship was attacked. And I heard tales from travelers. Apparently it's not an isolated event. There's a particular band of pirates that have set up out there. It's very rare for pirates to come this far north, but they seem determined to stick around.
You think that we could take him?
I couldn't. I don't know how skilled you are, but after our brief sparring match, maybe we could. I would prefer to avoid taking the risk if we can manage it.
I agree with her on that one. Better to avoid it than to run into it.
So, what's
I don't know why.
is the route? How do we want to go about this? How are we going to approach?
Well, Duga, how do you think we should go about this way? Duga, how should we approach going as there might be pirate attacks upcoming?
I would much rather take a roundabout route and not the route that people keep getting attacked on.
Okay, we're on the same census then.
Yes, I feel like that's a good decision.
Past Triud would take you straight through that area.
Which is why we should not go to Triud. I was actually going to mention, I haven't had the chance because we haven't talked about it yet, but we probably shouldn't go back to the place where we almost died last time.
That's why I'm now getting party consensus of traveling.
Yes. So, I say we don't go past Triud. We go a different way. And we are very careful that we don't run into pirates.
You want cautious Flynn now?
No, because you're already too cautious.
Fine. We'll go around Triud then.
Caution isn't a bad thing.
Thank you.
Caution's not the bad
Is
thing.
it an elf thing to be cautious?
But you don't know him.
You don't live to be 750 years old without by taking chances 1 out of 5 that you're going to die. 1 out of 5 isn't high odds, but when you live a very long time, those small odds get pretty big.
This is...
You don't know him.
I don't, but I have lived longer than you've been alive.
Yes, but what I mean is, yes, caution is a good thing, but sometimes it's a little too much, and it can get you killed.
I think Duder is saying that to him everything is a level 5.
Yes. To him, everything that he does, it's a 1 in 2 chance of dying. Literally 50-50.
I just would like to prepare for if things happen.
See, he doesn't deny it.
I'm just saying I am cautious.
This seems like a good thing.
If there is a chance that you could die, or there is some way of bad
You could die
happening,
eating breakfast.
and I am cautious.
I cast detect poison over most of my meals.
See, if I could do that,
We have 2 of them now.
See, if I could do that, I'd be doing the same. You never know. After everything we experienced with Verona, with the Emerald Lady, with everything, how are you not more cautious?
Verona was the Emerald Lady.
Have you seen the size of his wallet? There's a reason why it's that big.
I don't carry my wallet. I carry like 10 gold on me. The rest stays on the boat.
There's a reason why that man's rich.
literally cast Arcane Lock on my bag of holding. So don't even.
You did the because
Speaking of that, you notice that Finn is juggling 3 uncut sapphires right now.
3?
How did he get in your bag?
Seems you forgot to lock it again.
Duger? How did he get in your bag?
I don't know.
Duger?
I don't know.
Duger!
I don't know.
Insight check!
Roll insight. I don't know if he's deceiving. If you're deceiving, like you are now the DM for this moment in time.
What'd you get?
No, you have to say what you got. We don't even know if he's lying.
21.
Is Duger lying? Does he know if that Duger's lying?
Subtract 20 from that.
I won!
I rolled a natural 1.
Duger!
Are you lying?
Duger's lying. He is very, very, very much lying.
Duger?
What?
How'd he get in your bag? I thought you locked it.
I did.
Did you lock it?
Finn! How did you get past the magic?
Oh, easy. These lockpicks are magic. They break that sort of thing.
Wow. Who knew?
I don't put it past him getting magic lockpicks. But also, you've enjoyed having a little buddy to steal things.
No.
I didn't steal them. I put a really nice belt buckle I got off of the elf lady in exchange.
Finn, let me ask you a question here. Did he tell you the password to that bag?
No,
Did he allow you to also pull things out of it?
I don't know. I use lockpicks.
Duger,
Yes?
top deck.
What?
Top deck, please.
I believe that's a grown man over there.
Finn holds up the sapphires to you.
You got me in trouble.
You can have the belt buckle as compensation. It's okay. It's already in the bag. I traded it. He doesn't steal anymore, guys.
He only trades.
You have to be more specific.
We'll get there.
Oh, goodness.
Just as we go top deck and just continue to go on the new path of avoiding Triude.
All right. You start going around. I want you to roll me percentile dice.
Oh, lovely.
And I'm also going to roll percentile dice.
These
Oh,
are my
boy.
ship sailing dice. They have little wheels in them. Ooh, that's really high. I don't know if that's good or not. 94.
Alrighty. All right. You sail through, and as you're going, a fog rises up over the area. As you approach, the visibility starts going down. You're currently sailing on the water in order to go an unexpected route. And as you are going through, you hear something in the mist. And then you see just like there's a disturbance, and you see a silhouette of a dragon above you. It's only got 3 limbs. You hear the flapping. There's no noises other than flapping for a moment, and then it flies off without incident.
There was a dragon just above us. And it had only 3 legs. And I think it might have been Tyrannus.
This is not good.
I'm gonna try to go talk to Sylvia when she's at the room or something.
All right, that could happen right now. So we'll finish this now.
Okay.
You guys look over and you see no sign of anyone being nearby, and you're able to proceed without incident.
Change course. We don't want to stay on the same course. We need to act like we're going somewhere else.
We do. We also need to somehow suppress the sword. Or, I know, because they're tracking the lack of magic.
Could all of you guys roll me an insight check?
Yes, sir.
Dirty 20?
12.
Insight?
It didn't look like this person noticed you.
Which is ridiculous.
They flew around, and you rolled 10 higher than I did.
Yes!
And so you got away without being noticed.
My sea dice help me.
However, they are predicting, he was looking in this area, which means that they
Predictive.
predicted as this is an option as a route that you could try to take to get in.
They psyched us out. They knew that I would try to be cautious and come this way. So now we had to play the mind games of, do we go back onto the main path and go through Treed, or do we continue on this path, hoping that they think I went back on that main path?
I left this conversation. So
We're playing a game of chess here now. 3D chess.
5D.
We have to figure out how to basically lose their trail. They're looking for us actively right now. That's not a good thing. I'm gonna go check on the sword.
Alrighty.
I'm specifically going to cast. I still have a couple detect magic casts on my wand of detect magic, so I'm going to cast detect magic and see. Is there any magic in the room?
There is not.
There is not.
However, the range at which it is not, there is not, is less. It's leaving less of a trail. Not by much, but it is noticeable that it is less. Like your stunt with the gold is working. It's just not completely working. It's just not enough.
Well, I'm sorry, Galti. Gonna go take Galti's power core.
Last time you did this, it didn't work.
Oh, it didn't work? Okay,
It,
I
like,
couldn't.
it ate it all and it was still taking it.
She makes it no.
Can I cast a second level spell on it and see what it does? Like, try and put a second level spell into it?
Sure, what spell you're casting on it? And are you targeting the sword itself?
The sword itself.
Cool. What
Trying to
spell are you
put the magic of a second level spell into it. I'm just gonna basically just put Branding Smite on it and just try and.
All right. It
have
gets devoured. No change.
No change. Dang it, that was a second level spell slot.
You know, I gave in of those.
We had to figure this sort out. More gold! I'm gonna take the remaining 250 gold out of my my bag of holding, put it on there. And I'm also going to take out the 500 copper and put it on there as well. And see if that has any sort of effect on it.
All right. You don't think you're going to be able to notice at this point in time? It's going to take time for that.
Okay.
That to be shown.
Makes sense. This is really gonna suck if it ruins it, because I feel like it's an important weapon. But I'm also going to take that Moonblade out. And I'm gonna...
It's not a Moonblade. It is a Moon-touched dagger.
Moon-touched dagger, sorry.
That is a very
I was
different
like,
thing.
wait,
Yes.
because-
And I'm going to put it with it as well. I'm gonna be really sad if it removes all of the effects on it.
On me.
But at the same time, we really have to figure out how to stop this thing from creating a void of magic that is trackable.
Question, I feel like I already know the answer. You can't cast Identify on it, can you?
You've never tried.
So I'm assuming, because normally Identify says you have to touch the item. Yeah, it's a touch.
What if I'm touching the sheath? Does that count?
You never
Try
tried.
it.
Never true. Go shoot for the
I'm gonna
sky's
try and
port.
cast Identify on
Shoot
it.
for the sky's port.
Touching what?
You know what? For just this, do I have to, is it just like I could touch it? Well, I have to hold it for a minute. We'll do this, I'll touch the sheath first. And then we'll see.
All right, this is a wood sheath.
I'm wasting all my spell slots.
You didn't ritual cast it?
What?
You didn't ritual cast it?
I don't know if artificers can ritually cast.
It says there's a ritual, but
You can only cast something as a ritual if you have that ability as a spellcaster. I don't think.
well, and there's also.
spellcasters have that. Not even.
I did not realize that there was a. Oh,
Is there a material?
They
component?
can
there's
do
a
ritual
very
casting.
large material component.
What is it?
A pearl worth at least 100 gold piece and an
You have
owl feather.
It doesn't get used up. It
Doesn't
sounds
get-
like.
it doesn't get used up.
Well, you do not have any pearls at all, though.
Yeah. So
We're gonna say you have a pearl just because this is inconvenient and you've used this before. So we're backtracking. You got Finn stole you a pearl once upon a time.
Actually, I think he did. I think there was one time he stole me a pearl necklace.
I think so, during the
I
ball.
don't remember
During the
everything-
ball.
I don't remember everything that Finn stole, and I mostly make this stuff out of nowhere.
I think he did steal me something along those lines.
Yeah,
All right,
like
you
a
have
string of
pearls.
pearls.
So, and an owl feather is like easy enough to come across. So, yes, there we go.
The artificers can ritual cast it.
Oh, okay. Well, then you ritually cast and find out this is a wooden sheath. Takes you 10 minutes. No spell slot, though.
Oh, no spell.
Ritual
slot.
casting does not require a spell slot.
Okay. Do I still have to touch it if I'm ritual casting?
Yeah.
Dang it. Do I want to try and touch the sword to cast Identify?
Just gonna put the ship on autopilot and try to go down and help him.
I would assume you don't want to do it ritually because that would be 10 minutes of constant
Yes.
contact with the sword.
Yeah, no, not a great idea. I would cast it normally. I would use a spell slot for this.
Oh, this is going on.
All right, yes. You guys can make your plan on how you want to do this. Eliza would be willing to heal you as needed. But conversation now. You wanted to go find Silva?
Yes.
All right, she's just standing at the front of the boat watching the water.
Laurel, or not Laurel, whatever. Silva.
Where else you
Can I hear some more about this war down south? I haven't heard much about it.
It's going badly.
Eliza
Most of the most of the old resistance forces have been crushed by now. There's a couple of large armies still, but mostly it's guerrilla warfare at this point.
touched it for like 6 seconds last time.
If the pirates come in mass, then they're going to fall, and so we're just hoping that we can get their guardian beasts back on their side again.
Would that work though?
What do the pirates, what do they want? What are they trying to achieve with this?
Yabel wants to rule the Dragon Sea. He's already declared himself emperor.
That's fair. How many beasts do they have to regain?
The more the better. But
No way to cast
there is no
Identify
way
on
we can get this unless we are careful.
touch the sword.
They're losing.
The sword was ritual.
The only thing that we can consider is to take out their leaders one by one. This tiefling woman first, and then whoever replaces her.
Maybe.
Do you have an infusion for Identify?
No, I don't.
On the bright side, the nameless pirates disappeared some months back. We don't know where they are anymore. But haven't
What I
seen them in a long
could do-
time.
I'll tell you what.
We'll try and put as much gold as we can in here for
This
now.
tiefling is an old
And try and contain it.
She looks at you for the
But-
first time now and seeming curious.
I didn't know it
We
ended
need
like this.
to. Maybe if we can satiate its need for magic
I
power,
may be able to help
we
you.
can then cast Identify on it.
Guys, talk nice and quietly. I'm sorry to hear it while we're having a conversation.
Perhaps being able to turn the tides with her, at least.
After we find Voro, I'm going to head back down there. If you wish to come, we'd be grateful for any help that we could get.
I think the other people on this ship would probably like to go as well. So you could have been sending stones. I think it's. I think it would. Oh yeah.
We'll see. Anything that we can do, the more the better.
Yes.
There's not much time left.
Well, I take a step back and bow. I used to be a captain myself, but use me as so pleased. And I walk away.
All right. And yeah, do you guys have it? So, what has been decided in the Blackblade investigation crew?
We're not casting Identify on it.
It's a minute of us touching the sword, and for 6 seconds we suffer. So doing that for 10 rounds.
Well, if you have no spell slots, you really suffer. You only suffer a little bit if you have some.
Yeah, that's a good point. If I only consume one spell slot for every 6 seconds, right? And a little bit of damage. 1, 2,
While he's thinking about it, I'm just gonna do
Two,
it.
5. So I would have 5 rounds without spell slots. That's
What was that, Eli?
Flynn's just gonna do it. He can probably
No.
take the most damage and has the most spell slots available as a full wizard.
I'm assuming that you're calling Eliza to help, just if you...
Just for support, yeah.
All right,
I have full spell slots right now.
so you grab it. As you grab it, there's one, like, you immediately feel the pain of it trying to leech your magic. However, it is a little bit less than the last time you did this. Just a little bit, but it is a little bit less. Roll an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, and I don't have my ring anymore. I'm
The
sad.
orb of confusion.
13.
add 5.
Add 5.
Is it? Wait, can I add to saving throws?
18.
For Flash of
I don't
Genius?
know. This is your feature. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, saving throw.
All right, cool.
Can you
18.
use it on other people?
You can.
You can?
Yep.
Free.
Pass. You do not lose a spell slot.
Yay!
Instead, you just take
Doi!
8 necrotic damage.
Gosh.
Alrighty.
This is gonna suck my life out.
Round 2.
21.
21. Pass. Take 4 necrotic damage.
Doi! Oh god.
Tell me at any point in time when you want Eliza to cast healing or a healing spell on you.
Oh dear.
That's a 10.
All right. Take
Add 5.
10.
Yeah.
Add 5. Mm-hmm. You pass.
Okay.
Take
Doi.
7 necrotic damage.
Doi! Okay.
All right. That was 3.
18 plus 7.
Pass. Take 8 necrotic damage. I'm rolling great, guys.
No, you're not! Stop it!
Another 10.
Add 5.
Pass.
You got 2 more
Take
of those?
3 necrotic damage.
2 more.
That was 4.
Gosh. That's a 2?
I'm not gonna add it because you're not gonna pass.
Take 8 necrotic damage and lose your highest level spell slot.
There goes that 4th level spell slot, baby. The one I need the most.
All right. That's number 6.
16.
Pass. Take 4 necrotic damage.
Doi.
Do you need healing?
I'm fine. He's all right.
I can take it. I can take it. I can't
22.
take it.
22. Pass. Take 8 necrotic damage.
I'm fine.
That was number 7.
Okay, maybe he might take a little bit of healing.
Okay. What Eliza will give you first level cure wounds. Gain 13 HP.
That's actually pretty decent.
That
It
was
is.
max.
That's really good.
All right, I'm okay now.
You have 3 more rounds.
I'm not okay.
I'm rolling great, guys, on everything. Healing
18 plus
spells, hurting
7.
spells. 18 plus 7. Pass. Take 8 damage.
Oh my gosh!
I've rolled nothing lower than a 5 except for 1 3, guys.
It's fine. I'm
D8
gonna be
is
okay.
great. I love this thing.
Flynn's gonna be okay, guys.
That one David
He's
put
not
on
gonna
the
be.
side.
I am actually
That
gonna
was 8
cast
of them?
Cure Wounds.
11.
Fail. Take 14 necrotic
Add
damage.
5.
What did
It's
you get?
Flash of Genius is a reaction.
All right. So what's the total now?
16.
Pass. Take 7 necrotic damage. No spell slot loss.
Add. Hold on. 6 plus 5. Add. Oh my gosh, 11 hit points.
This sword really stinks. It's just like
Alrighty.
in pain.
That was 8 of them. You're on the second to last.
Hashtag pain.
18.
Pass. Take 6 necrotic damage.
I'm fine. I got this. I don't got me. 15.
Pass. Take 2 necrotic damage. That is 10 rounds. You have successfully cast Identify.
Oh my gosh, we did it!
It smells like
Barely, but we did it!
you got bacon fingers, bro.
Yeah, no, it's I'm like
So black
charred.
lines have gone all the way up your arms, and like veins are over there, and as you let go, like it slowly starts seeping out, but like the places where it was leave a slight discoloration on your skin, like it's just kind of letting more gray now.
I'm just gonna try to use minor illusion to just display the information, the things that I've learned. Like,
Alrighty, so
I will cast Cure Wounds again.
yeah, I would love.
well, let's tell you what information you get right now. So
Can I have her cast Cure Wounds as a fourth level
second
spell?
level.
whatever
I
you
will
want
cast
her to
it.
do, you are able to use her spell slots as you desire, because she is your hero.
Here's the,
Give me my spoon, Eli. Give me my spoon.
Here's the thing.
Maybe no.
I was keeping my hit points. You saw, I got to like 3 hit points at one point, and I was still not gonna say anything.
You needed it to take healing, bro.
I know, and then I was like, yeah, I'll
almost
take healing
died.
once, and then you gave me one. I go, perfect. I'll take it again. So I was fine. I ended with like 6 hit points.
So yeah, you got. I also just gave you.
Bro!
I was fine. Flynn needed it to happen.
So information. You guys are very lucky that divination magic isn't always actually affecting the thing, but just giving you information to roll around. Otherwise, it just would not work. This does work. You get some information. You didn't just waste all of that time and pain for no information. As you're looking at the, so as you cast Identify on this, first off, it's like you get the name. It is the Weave Render, Stirring.
That's not good. There's at least 3 other things.
Let's see what information you get. Okay, so first off, there is no magic whatsoever involved in this thing in any way, shape, or form. And the magic that has gone into it is not there.
It's like consuming it.
There is, and also what you see, like the sword itself, like beyond, like the only information that you're able to get on this thing is about the physical sword itself. The sword is not doing this.
Oh.
The sword is a barrier. It is not magic, but something similar is in taking the form of abjuration, is doing something to this. The sword, as a physical object, has no magical properties and is not responsible for the magic being taken.
It's almost like a vessel.
Maybe. Make what conclusions you will. But the sword itself is a barrier.
That's terrifying. So that means, oh gosh.
Container of some sort. Something like that.
So you're telling me that the sword is a barrier. So if we were to break said barrier, we'd unleash horrible hells upon all of the world. Theoretically speaking.
Nice.
So there goes my plan.
Aw, I was hoping that you guys would try to destroy the sword and accidentally end the world.
Why would you want that?
Because it'd be entertaining.
Sounds like a
But
good
your
time to me.
world.
I can make it again.
Oh my goodness.
Make a new one.
As the creator, you think this is the only one?
There are many molded after this. Oh gosh. Okay. So it's a container and a barrier for something else.
That is stirring.
Which means this thing.
No, you got nothing past the barrier. You could not get any information about it. The sword is stirring. The sword is a barrier, and the sword is stirring. Not whatever's past it. The sword is.
What's its stirring properties?
So stirring properties, I can't tell you a lot of those because they're more involved with the stuff on the other side that you're not able to get any information on. It is a +2 weapon right now, as opposed to the +1 it was before.
Oh, it's gotten bigger.
It is sentient.
Never trust sentient weapons.
Does Identify give you their stats or alignment?
You just want an object item. It doesn't say. It does tell me what if it requires attunement, how many charges it has, if any. I learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it.
Gotcha. Okay. So
I also learned
Charges.
the properties and how to use them.
it has 55.
Oh my gosh! Someone has to use this thing!
What kind of charges they are or what they do, you don't know, but it has 55 of them.
I had like 25 when I had it.
And
It does say I learn its
Yeah,
properties and how to use them.
So, okay. Touching it, when someone touches
would've
it,
been
they
very
become
convenient.
parts of the like.
didn't think
they
I could
become
use it.
to a certain extent. They become part of the
I didn't know you
barrier.
could cast Identify.
So when you guys grab it, the like whatever is being contained by the sword, you will also start to contain,
Yeah, you are a wizard, never mind.
which is one of the reasons that when it touches you, it's bad.
Yeah.
You could, if you could successfully hold the sword, it does require attunement to use the properties that it has. However, it attunes weirdly. Like, when you get Identify, it's like, attune asterisk, and then there's no asterisk explaining. It's like, attune,
Maybe?
functionally attunement. How that works with the asterisk, you're not sure because it doesn't know, the spell itself does not know how to process this. Whoever's wielding it can expend charges in order to end spells that are currently active by attacking them, or intercept spells in the middle of being cast and just destroy them, consuming the energy using to fuel them. It can also now, this is a new thing, it can do this at a range. Previously, when you saw Burning Whisper do it, he cut it when they came near them. It can now do this at a range of up to 60 feet.
If I were to wear like a hempen glove, would I be able to somehow use this?
It would require attunement.
We don't know what 2 minutes. Okay, well this is...
To use those things, yeah. However, maybe you could find a way to use the +2 weaponness of it without doing so. And you know what? I'm going to say that like you get a little bit of a glimpse at the personality because it's stirring. Previously, when you had this, you're pretty sure it was slumbering.
After from feeding
It's
it.
it's stirring now, which means its personality is starting to come out. What that personality is at the moment, you're not able to identify very much because it's only stirring, but it doesn't. You don't feel malice. There's no malice that you are detecting.
That's good.
Hopefully not evil?
All swords are evil. If it's sentient sword, it's evil.
Was it though? Is it though?
Travis will say something different.
All right, so that is all the information that you get from identifying it. If you have any other specific questions, I may or may not answer them because I may want to tell you the answer to that, but just not be thinking of it right now.
Do we have any other questions about this sword?
I'm not there.
I do not have any other questions about this sword.
Oh, last thing. The material it's made out of, it's just iron.
I was about to ask that actually. I was about to say, can I decide? Or can I
Yeah,
tell
it's
what
iron.
material? It's just iron. It's
Nothing
iron, not
special.
steel.
Iron, not steel.
Interesting. That's a very interesting choice for a sword. Especially for one that's supposed to be really strong.
One that breaks souls and magic and drains you of everything. It's like my veins still retreating.
Are his veins still gray?
Yeah, so that spot has gotten a little bit of color back, but like there are still faint lines of gray and they are not fading any longer. They look like they're purple.
Wait, would I have been affected with my mechanical arm?
You had a mechanical arm.
Yeah, because I have a...
What is it powered by?
It is magic.
It no longer works.
I've got a limb arm now. Duger, can you?
That instead that immediately stopped working as soon as you started doing this. So it just climbed up one arm, like it just fell limp immediately. So you only have them climb up one arm and it's like partway onto your chest.
Yeah, and I'm partially blind.
It didn't get your eye.
Okay, good. I was like, oh gosh, I'm disabled again.
Again!
Disabled again.
Well, I have one eye and one arm. So you just see my arm like, Duger, can you somehow fix this?
Yes, and I'm gonna get the power core from
You look at it, the diamond inside that was a power source of it is drained.
Oh, wow. I have to take one of my diamonds and put it in there.
You could fill the same old one. You just
Oh,
need to
really? Okay. I will fill that diamond with some magical energy
fill it. I
then.
still need to determine the process for that, but I will do that sometime.
Thank you.
Gosh, freaking dang it!
That's
How did that happen?
good that it did that. Anyways, so this is figured out. Perfect. Great. We know a little bit more about the sword.
You're not trying to destroy it anymore. Yay!
I'm going to my study for a minute to recuperate after getting drained of all my life essence.
Eliza's going to look at you and is like, "You are not going to be alone right now. I'm fixing you. You're coming with me to the medical area that I've set up, and you're not leaving until you're feeling better.
I was just gonna go sleep for a little bit.
Then you can sleep in the medical bay where I can keep an eye on you."
Fine. But I can at least have my book, right?
Yes, you can bring your book.
Okay, fine.
Alrighty. So, now that this event is finished, that was good. I'm glad you guys did that. I've been wondering when something like this would happen.
I just
Thinking
assumed.
identify specifically.
I just
but-
assumed because it drains magic and you can never touch it. I'm like, we can't use identify on this thing.
Yeah, and that's a very fair assumption. Assuming that the sword destroyed magic, then yeah, that's exactly what would happen. But the sword doesn't.
This whole time, like, I can't use identify on that thing. Well, no, I just thought of identify today. And he's like, why didn't you use that with Burning Whisper? Like, I don't know, buddy. Burning Whisper just had to die for this to
Burning
happen.
Whisper was a sacrificial pawn.
He was a sacrificial lamb the whole time.
He's actually a murderer.
Am I able to?
I realize that there's something important that I didn't tell you about
Oh.
in the identify.
Oh?
There are 3 lumps of power inside of the sword, not whatever's on the other side of the sword itself.
Does it tell us what those?
They are souls.
There's 3 of them in there. Could I
And then, of
identify?
course, whatever the one that making it sentient is.
That makes perfect sense, actually. There was 2 past users and then
And
Burning
Burning
Whisper. They all got
you got some
consumed
buddies
by
in
the
there.
sword.
You're not
We're
alone.
playing
2
Uno.
of them are very, very small and faded.
The most ultimate game of Uno.
Sent to the shadow
Whoever
realm.
wins leaves the Shadow Realm.
It's like, okay, so yeah, all this info is just displayed in the air and just. Well, I'm going to medical bay since Eliza said I can't go to my study.
Can't have you risk you blowing yourself up when you're hurt.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Yes, you would.
You're not wrong. I'm gonna go top deck. I'm gonna go top deck for a quick second.
I'll be driving the ship at
All
this
right.
point now.
So yeah, you go top deck right in time for you to look as an enormous island passes overhead, and you go underneath it, crossing over, and you are now officially inside of the Northern Isles. As soon as you go in, I need everyone to make me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm wearing my warm clothes at this point. I would have put them on probably a day or 2 ago.
Cool, you have advantage. Everyone probably has their warm clothes
Yeah.
on. Everyone has advantage on this.
18! Oh, advantage.
You have to be kidding
So I got
me. A
18.
con save, you said?
Uh-huh.
My weakest one. 14, baby.
Pass.
15.
Pass. None of you guys start freezing to death, but it is the coldest you have ever felt. Like, just one time it's like, oh wow, it's cold, and then suddenly you're just like, within an instant, you're like, I did not recognize the definition of cold until just now. I've been hit with cone of cold, and I didn't realize what cold actually meant. Just like, it's freaking cold.
Yeah, no, this is. Okay, well, I'm going to the medical bay now. Never mind. We figured some stuff out about the sword. Talked to Duger. I'm going to lie down for eternity.
Aye, aye, Captain.
And I'm just gonna lie down, and I'm gonna continue to try to but like finish the spell. This time, would I be able to make the check? It was just a
make a
first level
check.
spell. Yay! That means
More research for new spells that Flynn makes.
What is Silva doing?
Silva is watching carefully out in
so
the
it's a
area.
15 DC.
She's also holding some random material, like a piece of wood in like a small knife. that
No.
She's probably for you, and she seems to be trying to make something arcane focus. It's not nearly as good craftsmanship as the one as her sword is.
The DC is 15. No.
Do I have anything that I can make one out
I gotta wait another week to make it
lots
now.
of things you can make one out of.
I could literally make her a mithril arcane.
Could you make me a +2 magic rapier?
I probably could do that. I'm not a
Probably
smith.
could if you took time.
If I took time, yeah, but I'm also not a smith. It would take me a long time.
So what happens if I don't pass it?
Hmm?
What happens if I don't pass it?
Then nothing happens.
And then when can I make another check?
Another week.
No!
How many weeks did it take for us to get here?
It took about 1.5. Not too long.
Do I have any like silver jewelry that could be melted down?
Yeah, you have lots of silver.
Not coins, jewelry.
I was saying it in terms of coins, but that almost none of it is actually coins.
Oh.
Except for the copper. The copper is all coins.
Well, I'm going to basically melt down enough silver using heat metal to basically create like a rod about, well, what does she look like she's trying to make a staff? Or
She's
like
making a wand.
a wand? I'm basically gonna make a silver wand and I'm going to like engrave it and make it elegant and I'm gonna put like very small, like from the jewelry, very small, tiny, basically worthless gemstones that represent the different schools of magic and things like that in it. And like make a very ornate and elegant wand.
All right, ornate you can do. I need you to make me and what sort of... You are proficient in art, and make a intelligence with proficiency check for artifice to see if you can successfully make it look elegant when you've never tried to make something look elegant
Is
before.
that a dexterous?
Actually, yeah, this would probably be dexterity.
Dexterity?
You're proficient, but you're using dexterity.
So wait, add proficiency but use dexterity.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh gosh, which dice do I want to use?
Use the good one.
I don't know which one's good.
Use
This
one
D8's good.
I'm gonna use this one. If it fails, I'm sorry, y'all. Ha! It fell off.
It did indeed fall off.
He dropped the bag. He dropped it. I'm freaking new. Man can't hold on to a sack. I swear.
I hate this.
You can use Flash of Genius.
I can use Flash of Genius.
How many did you use?
Okay.
Wait,
Isn't
how
that
many
He has
did
one
you
more.
I have one more.
Used it 4 times.
I only used it 4 times.
Intellect only?
Nope. It
Nope.
can be used for
Any
anything.
ability check or saving throw.
You can add his intelligence to
Freaking
it.
nice.
It is.
It is
Right?
there, and it adds 5 to the roll.
That's nice.
Artificers
Okay.
are the best support class. They're the only ones that can actually compete with bards.
That's still not very good. That's a 14.
14 is fine. Like, you do it, it's not super or duper elegant, but it's definitely ornate. It looks like a dwarf made it, not an elf, is basically what I'm saying. That said, this looks a lot sturdier and more usable than anything that any pointy-eared person has ever touched before.
Racial slur.
Yes, it is. Stop
it.
I'm using a dwarf racial slur for the ears.
You have to
sorry,
remember,
sorry, no,
Duger
I
is
used
the
the wrong
most racist kind of dwarf.
I can't tell.
Actually, I'm going to say that again. It looks way more practical and like usable and something that you could bring on a battlefield than any knife here made.
There you go. Yes.
Yay, I have successfully made a rude term for elves, except they don't actually find it particularly rude because they don't care what the dwarves think because they think that they're just annoying short people. Elves and dwarves don't get along.
I am an elf.
In this
You're
world, they
half
don't
an
get
elf.
along still.
In basically no worlds do they ever get along.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Like
All right.
individuals can get along, but the people always just have disdain
Now.
for each other.
I am going to present this to her.
Really?
Yes, I will make a wooden box and cushion the inside so
my
it fits
God.
it perfectly.
I'm on the.
And I will present it to her and
All right,
say,
I'm
you
watching
don't need
this,
to
bro.
make
I'm
your
watching.
trashy arcane focus.
All right, you show Silva, and she, roll me an insight check.
Insight check. Oh gosh, I'm not using you again. You have rolled terribly. Why are all of my dice rolling terribly? 8. I hate this.
I rolled a 2.
Oh,
She doesn't have a boost of charisma either.
neither do I.
It's
Well,
okay.
insight's wisdom.
It's okay. She's incredibly impressed. She's incredibly impressed. Like, her eyes widen as she sees it and, like, pulls it out, like, gingerly is like, not bad. admiring it.
He's just gonna kind of like almost like breathe air really hard out through his nose and just kind of walk away.
Galty snorts out in agreement and clomps after you also. Alrighty, you successfully impressed an elf with your craftsmanship.
Yes, that was the goal.
Alrighty, so you guys are sailing through the Northern Isles. As you are going, going through, the water is choppy and not easy to sail through, but the skies are actually relatively clear. You look up and see crystal blue sky with little motes of snow and ice floating in the air slowly, just it's beautiful. There's lots of islands. It's not as many as you might expect. It's fewer than other areas of the Dragon Sea, but there's a good number of islands you're able to get into the air. And as you're sailing through, you look over and you see a small fleet of skyships sailing over towards one of the islands. And
are there any flags indicating what these ships?
There are no flags. However, the sails are emblazoned with the same symbol that you saw on that last, the runic Celtic knot-looking reindeer.
Oh.
Duga,
Yes?
I know the dwarves are very traditional people. Is there something that any sort of ways we could enter, or things we need to be aware of when conducting or talking to other dwarves?
Don't mention Franz style. No matter who you talk to up here, don't mention it.
Okay.
Besides, this is Silva talking. Besides, I don't believe that you're going to encounter any dwarves here. I've never met any.
Obviously, you haven't
That's
done
crazy.
enough research.
Yeah, see, you haven't done your research, man. little conspiracist.
All right, so
Dwarf supremacist.
the sun is starting to
believe
set.
her.
The temperature is still dropping. It's
Ooh,
going from
this is-
deadly to death.
This is a risky business, but I can do something that might keep us a little bit warm.
I'm just gonna cast while in Medicine Bay the tiny hut.
All right, it's still cold.
I will cast Create Bonfire.
No, it's not with tiny hut.
It's still cold.
How's it passing through tiny hut?
It's still cold.
It's magic, duh.
There is nothing. There is almost no way to increase the temperature here.
Can I cast Create Bonfire?
Yes, you can. Wait, so if Leoman's tiny hut explicitly says it's warm inside, then it's warm enough inside. But it is colder than you are accustomed to, but it's not dangerous. But if it does not specify that, then it is cold. But yes, as you cast Conjure Bonfire, Conjure Bonfire works, and it starts warming you up. Are you planning on starting a fire with this, or just cuddling?
We're on a wooden ship, so no. I'm not gonna start a fire. But basically, I'm creating enough in between my hands, basically, to keep me warm.
All right,
To
do you
warm
intend to
me.
do this all night?
No, I can't do it all night. That's the thing. I don't want to create a bonfire on a wooden ship that has sails that burn super easily. I know this from experience.
The tiny hut spells and other magical effects can extend through the dome or be cast through it. The atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry regardless of the weather outside.
All right, cool. It is dry and slightly cooler than comfortable, but it does.
Worth it.
Okay,
That's only on me.
yeah.
It's in the medical hut, but I can designate creatures to enter into it, such
I
as
just don't think anyone else knows.
Do we
Yeah, I'm
want to
just down
find
there
some
and I
place
feel
to
it's
anchor
cold, so
or
I'm
port down for the night?
That island that those ships were approaching appears to have people on it. The other ones seem to be uninhabited.
Do we recognize? Well, we might want to go to one of the uninhabited islands. What do you? I would go down and I would be talking with Flynn right now. What do you say, Flynn? Do we want to board down for the night? at
I'm
one
medical
of the-
bay.
What?
I'm in the medical bay.
And he comes
Yeah.
to the medical bay.
I would go to the medical
okay.
bay.
He goes, "Oh, come in." And just allow him to enter the dome.
Do we want to board down for the night on an abandoned island, or do we want? There's an island nearby that looks like it has Fran Renderful going to it.
They terrify me. But if they're here,
Ron Renderful scares you?
all of them scare me.
Okay, fair enough.
You have to
I'm a
remember
scared man.
who we're talking about.
This is
here.
Flynn you're talking to. He's scared of a lot of things. He's like, well, if there's an island, and here, they probably have some kind of warmth for outsiders, that we could box up the ship and find an inn that is suited. Like the last place, they had a hearth that was well warm enough. But that would mean we'd have to travel outside and risk frostbite and death.
It also means that we would risk
Being
seen and tracked.
Or we dock somewhere and stay in the medical bay.
That is a possibility. I also am wondering if there's a possibility of docking somewhere, boxing up the boat, and just hiding on a small island. And
That's a possibility we could try as well. If we don't want to be seen, we could just box up the boat, hide on an island for a bit, and then continue on our ways. But we need to find, like, we're here, but we gotta talk with people. So it probably might be best to go on main island and find an inn, gain intel, figure out where to go next. We're here, but we have no idea where to go, really.
we can... I agree. We need some information. I say we go to the island where Conrad is.
Alright. Well, I'm not leaving. It's nice in here. It's cold out there.
Okay.
Best of luck.
I will go.
All right, I'm assuming Corliss is steering the ship right now. Alrighty, so what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna say, we're going to the island where we saw that fleet of ships going. We're going to box her up for the night and find an inn, but also try and get some information.
All right, you steer the ship over.
Sounds like a plan.
There are
I'm looking for anyone that might look like pirates, anyone that looks like an informant, anyone that looks suspicious, anything.
all right. Roll me a perception or investigation check right now for any time that might be relevant. I'm not saying it's relevant now. I'm saying if it becomes relevant, I'm using that number.
You're getting the Flynn.
Oh, that's really good.
Skeptical levels now.
You said I can roll either perception or investigation?
I almost always leave both options open.
23.
23. All right, cool. If necessary, if relevant, I will tell you. So, you guys approach as you swing up your boat on the side of the island, dock it over there. There are guards placed by the Renderful boats. They're wearing heavy fur coats and cloaks, and a couple of them carry small jars with fires inside of them. As they're going to, as you come up next to the island, one of them is going to, a couple of them are going to approach you. He is holding the biggest great axe you've ever seen.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, and he's going to, as he goes, going to go like this to you.
I will return the gesture.
Greetings, stranger. What brings you to our
I'm with them, by the way.
outpost?
Just looking for a room and board for the night. That's really all.
Not many people come this way. Most people pass the Triode in order to get down here.
We've heard rumors of pirates' attacks near Triode, and we were trying to avoid that, and we barely did.
I've heard these rumors myself. I would have thought that the Aragon would have driven them off by now. But, well, I suppose you can go and knock on the Hearthkeeper's hut. She might give you welcome for the night.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm
One
going
more
to
question.
do the gesture. Oh,
Where can we get some of those jaws of fire?
They're sacred. They're produced by some of the holy men. It is possible. It is generally forbidden to sell them to outsiders, though.
Oh,
Can I tell what type of magic it is?
probably evocation.
Probably, but I'm going to check this.
Because if I have to, I can cast
Evocation, yeah.
Detect Magic. Goodness.
It looks like evocation, yeah.
Looks like evocation magic?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, nice. Create bonfires conjuration. So interesting.
Yeah.
So it's not create bonfire. I wonder. Do you know where they are? Those special jars?
No, the jar is normal. He actually reaches and like pulls out the flame. And he's holding it in his hand.
Interesting.
Continuing a plant flame produces no heat.
Continual flame?
It's a spell. Cleric, second level. I know clerics learn it. I think wizards might be able to learn it. But yeah.
Well, hold on. How's it keeping them warm then? Is that its purpose?
This one produces heat. This is not a continual flame.
Interesting.
This is an eternal flame.
That's not a spell, I feel like.
But you have our blessing to dock here. Don't cause trouble.
We'll try not
If
to.
you do, you will regret it. I don't care how strong you are by your Southlander standards. You will not survive the attempt.
Don't worry,
There will be no attempt.
don't plan on it.
I hope I give you my blessing and hope for your welcome.
And
He's going to head back over to his
I
ship.
return the gesture.
We do.
I'm going to go to what I assume is the closest thing to an inn or the hearthkeeper's place.
Yeah, you walk in. This does not look like a town. Like a lot of the buildings, like it looks like snow is just barely shoveled out of the way, and that they were completely abandoned until these people just barely showed up. With the exception of one building. There is one building in the center, which on the outside there's just a big stone ring with a massive flame inside of it. And then there's one hut, and then there's one smaller hut next to it. And there is a woman in a red hood standing next to it.
Can I see her face? Or is it like...
Yeah, you can see her face if you look at it. Like it's largely obscured by the hood, but like it's just a random woman.
Okay.
As you get closer, it looks like she's actually Fey touch. She has some cat-like features.
Interesting. Okay. I'm going to walk up to her and be like, I assume you are... I'm going to do the gesture first, and then I'm going
Returns
to...
it.
I'm going to say, I assume you are the hearthkeeper here.
I am.
My compatriots and I were looking for a place to bed down for the night, so we can continue our journey tomorrow, farther into the Northern Isle.
It is rare for southerners to seek to come to this area. They usually stop outside to trade for the goods that the wandering herds may bring.
We are in search of something much more than goods.
And might I ask what it is that you seek?
I look at you.
I'm going to pull out the steel coin. I'm going to show it to her. I'm going to say, whoever made this.
Well, I wish you luck in finding your answers then. You have welcome under my roof for the night.
Thank you. We have 3 more compatriots who should be joining us.
Very well. She gestures over towards the very small hut that does not look nearly large enough for 4 people.
We might have
She
to have
stands up, she walks over and opens the door, and you actually see something that you have not seen in a long time, but reminds you of home. This is just the opening to the house. Most of the dwelling appears to be underground. This is how the hill dwarves of Krantiriam build their homes. Like, they build an entrance at the top, but most of it is actually kept underground.
Very nice. I will say thank you for your warm welcome. We will return with our compatriots soon. And I will do the gesture and go to find our friends.
Alrighty. You guys are all able to go and spend the night in this hut, and this is where we will end the session for today. For once, we have a relatively peaceful ending. But
As I almost die to find information
oh yes, and
about
of
the
course,
sword.
I almost forgot to mention,
dude.
halfway through the night,
No
you start
freaking
hearing
way.
war drums.
Cool.
What?
And that is where we will end the session.
War drums.
All right, what is going on here, and why is it that I'm not allowed to ever let the players have a good night's sleep? Fun. All right.
Oh, no. You'll never know what I rolled on the D100.
Here's the thing, I don't think Flynn slept that night. Because every time he goes to bed, I roll to see if he actually sleeps or if he has a nightmare and stays awake. He had another nightmare. Especially
Yay!
because of that stupid sword, he had nightmares.
The sword's actually very friendly.
The sword that disabled
sword,
my
you like?
arm and...
Flynn, it's a good sword.
It's not.
You can trust the sword.
Wesley, I rolled a 99.
So yeah, Flynn
damage.
did not sleep. He like tossed and turned, woke up from a nightmare and just was not able to go back to bed. And then probably heard the war drums just...
You gotta be freaking kidding me.
Is it like pirate war drums?
You've never heard these before, but they sound aggressive. Well, actually, no, you have. You have.
Right.
These are the sorts of, these are the same sort, like, it's very similar to how the Duergar declare war.
Oh no!
Yes. Fine.
All right, and we will find out what's going on next time. See you then.
See you guys next time. Bye.